Do you ever get nostalgic about some of your old tools or maybe some of your first tools? Now, I've got this, which is a 6-inch thickness planer. For a 6-inch thickness planer, this thing is built super heavy duty. And probably, you just won't find someone put this much steel into a 6-inch thickness planer ever again. The value of this is pretty minimal at this point. If you really want to do some thickness planing for, a few $100s, you can buy a used 12-inch DeWalt. And that's going to get you a lot better results, most likely, than something like this, and be a lot more versatile. So what do you do with a piece of equipment like this? Now, I've definitely used this a lot here in this shop, and I've moved it all across the country. With my dad, he bought it in Halifax in the early 80s, most likely used at that point. And then it traveled back to Ottawa with us, and then I took it from there and took it on many more adventures. This thing has moved with me from Ottawa to Halifax to places in New Brunswick, all the way to out west where it is now. For me, I get attached to some of these things, but as you upgrade and find tools that better suit what you're currently doing, I'd love to know in the comments what you guys do with them personally. Now, small hand tools and that sort of thing, I will keep. I've still got hand tools from my grandfather and my great-grandfather that I have kicking around that I just keep for the sake of nostalgia. However, tools like this that are rather large and are taking up room in the shop, it's kind of hard to decide what to do with them. Now, this one I think I will be moving on to a new home, and we'll be selling it for, I think $150, which doesn't really put the value on what it is for me from a nostalgia standpoint, but it does give me some room in the shop and gives me back some floor space that, let's be honest, I'm not going to be using this tool. Now, this Oxford Engineering 6-inch thickness planer is pretty cool, so before I sell it, I'm going to kind of show you through some of the unique aspects of this machine and probably some build quality that you won't see in any other small thickness planer anytime soon. There's a solid cast iron steel base, and then we got 4 posts going up to support the thickness planer from there, all over an inch thick. You get a nice metal gauge there for your thickness. There is no plastic on this machine anywhere. Everything is steel and everything is thick. The knurled infeed and outfeed rollers are all driven off of a jack shaft, which is driven off a couple of gearboxes that come off the cutter head. And I'm not sure how many tool supply companies are making their own plates and installing them on all the machines they sell. For a machine that is now over 40 years old, everything still operates really smoothly. And I think this just goes down to the build quality. You'll notice grease fittings on many portions of this machine, from the gearboxes to the rollers. And I think that's just the build quality and the expectation of the life expectancy of these machines that you just don't see in current production tools. Now, we've got that huge GE motor at the bottom that right now could probably be replaced with something significantly smaller with equal horsepower, but the weight of that, the fact that it has oiling locations for the bearings, it's just going to last forever. Now you get that V-belt drive directly to the drive head, and then there's this handle that is used to engage and disengage the cutter head. Now this also drives the fan up on the top right there, and that is a chip fan, so it drives all of your chips into a bin, so you do not need a dust collector with this particular thickness planer. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys do with your old tools, or if you've got any special ones that you remember through your time woodworking. Thanks, and we'll see you in the next one.